Hi there. Sorry, it has been a while. Excuse me, since I've done a video. I only did a tiny bit on the van last weekend because the hot water system here last Friday night at about 8:30 at night. I was doing a load of washing, and there was a bit of a pop and a hissing sound and a few more cracks and pops, and I was just sitting in my chair frozen going, that doesn't sound good. And then I could hear water, so I got the nerve to open up the little door. It's over, kind of see that mess behind me there. They had to cut a hole in the wall because the hot water tank was like 2 feet wide, and the spot it had to come through was a little over 1 foot wide. Took the poor guy 4 hours. It was late Friday night, well, 8:30 or whatever, but my landlord has a young daughter and stuff, and it was like, well, whatever, there's nothing he can do tonight, I'll let him know in the morning. So text him in the morning, and he texted right back saying that he's sending a plumber over straight away. So I sat around waiting, and I was nervous. I cleaned up because my landlord wasn't coming over, but there's still people coming over, and I have crap everywhere between what's going into the van, so van stuff, piles of stuff that's going out that's not reusable, piles of stuff that's being sold or given away, recycled, piles everywhere. So it's a little embarrassing. Like, it's bare, but there's piles of stuff everywhere, if that makes sense. It doesn't look like someone lives here. So I was trying to clean up around the path where I knew the plumbers would have to come through and everything. Anyway, around 12, and the plumbers hadn't come, and I think the text was around 9, between 9 and 10. So let's say from 10 until 12, still no plumber, and didn't want to bug my landlord again. And so I thought, I can't keep still anymore, even though it was only like an hour of sitting down. Went into the van, and I'm putting up the walls. I got the other wall up. Maybe on Sunday, if I can work my camera, I'll do a quick video there. Dentist tomorrow, because I did have a dentist appointment last weekend, so I wasn't going to be able to do anything anyway because of the medication I took. But I had to, that Friday night, I called and left a message saying, I don't know if I can make it. My appointment wasn't until 2, but I wasn't given enough frame time for the plumbers. Turns out they didn't show up anyway, so I could have done one of two things. I could have ended up making it to the dentist, or I could have gone to the rally against hate and all that stupid stuff, because I'm sick of it, and I've got to start doing stuff and standing up for those that keep getting friggin' picked on, me included. Being a gay woman is not always joyful, so I think it's about time I stand up and just take a stand on things that are wrong in the world. And hating someone because of their skin colour or where they come from and stuff like that is just stupid. I don't hate people so much as I hate people's actions. And I'm trying to... Anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, I could have gone to that, but it was really successful. Ended up that I know there's this whole debate about, but it's freedom of speech and that, but it's freedom of speech and hate speak shouldn't, no. Anyway, we're going to get into that stuff. We all have our own opinions, and I'm not here to change anyone's mind. Not yet, anyway. So that didn't happen. Whole day wasted. Teeny bit, like rest of one wall up in the van. And so then Sunday morning, I texted again my landlord. I said, "Hi, did you hear back from the plumbers? Because they didn't show up." And he's like, "Oh, they didn't? I'll get on that." And he called back and he says, "Okay, I'm making sure they come over." Oh no, he didn't call back, but he said, "Oh, he'll get on that." And so I'm like, okay. Next minute, my landlord calls and he goes, he can't get a hold of them. And he goes, "But I'm out the front. Do you mind if I come in and have a look?" Meanwhile, the floor's not that clean because water went everywhere. I had to go to my neighbour Friday night and say, "Do you know how to close off a hot water system? Because water is going everywhere." And luckily I went to the right neighbours. I talked to both sides. That's great. And it was funny. It's like I just gave a tray of these little cans of thingies here. One of my good friends at work, she got them. Anyways, long story about the nuts and how I obtained so many. And I felt guilty having so many. So I thought I'd pass on the good fortune next door. I gave them extra blueberries that I had that it would just go to waste. So I did the same with the nuts. Even though they're good until 2019, I don't need to be eating that many. They wouldn't last until 2019. I was basically eating one of those a day. I haven't had any for a couple of days because I'm calming down. It's like, Anyway, where was I? Sorry, I'm rambling. It's been a week. So yeah, had the neighbour come and help. He had a shop vac, so I had to suck up all that. Basically used all my towels and sheets and everything trying to mop up water. And so next day, and then so he comes, and of course there's stuff everywhere. He has a look while he's still trying to call the plumber. Finally gets hold of the plumber. And he said he'd be here in an hour or so, and he was coming from Surrey. I'm in Coquitlam, so it was going to be an hour or so. So my landlord took his daughter to the shopping mall here. They hadn't been out this way for a while, so they went and did that while waiting, because I have nowhere to sit. I've got my office chair out in the lounge room. I've got 2 chairs here, but that's just, they keep having stuff piled on them. And so he went off, and then within half an hour the plumber came. And the landlord came back, and I think he came back then. Yes, because they were looking for the water shut off and the gas shut off, and I don't know any of this. I should have. I normally do when I move into a place, but I never thought of that. So then they were working out what they had to do, and then they had to order all the stuff. And then they're like, they wouldn't be able to get it done. They wouldn't be able to come and do it on Sunday. So I'm like, well, I don't mind if you come while I'm at work. I said, I can't take time off work, but you can do that. So that was fine. We agreed on that. I get home Monday and come in expecting something to be done. I did text around 3. I texted my landlord. I said, "Oh, how's the hot water system going?" I was just curious because I hadn't heard anything, and I kind of thought he would let me know. And he goes, I'm on it. I'm getting on them. I'll make sure you get hot water today." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I was kind of shocked that nothing had been done yet. I get home around 5. I think, yeah, I finish at 4. I usually get home around 5. And I walked in and I'm like, no one's been in here. Nothing's happened. I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, I'm not going to ring. And usually I get home, I get changed, I get dinner, sit down, rest for an hour or so, and then I get up and do some more stuff. I'm at the point of getting up and doing more stuff, but I thought I'd do a not so quick video. Sorry about that. So I was sitting down, think I was having a coffee, and decided not to get changed just yet. I thought, I'll give them a little longer, maybe they'll still turn up. Fair enough, half an hour later, 5:30, the guy shows up. He comes in, he has a look, and he's like, oh. Apparently they had another one pretty much as bad as this one, friggin' 20-year-old hot water system. They're meant to be changed at least every 10 years. But whatever. So I'm pretty sure it was the original one with this house, and this house looks pretty old, so at least 20 years. So the poor bastard, he had to cut the thing to get out, cut the wall, remove a door, this and that, and then he had a pump connected that goes outside so he could empty it. Then while that was connected, didn't hear it running, but he was going to his work truck to get more stuff, and I was in the bedroom sorting through my stuff because I didn't want to hover and think, oh, I'm watching what you're doing, make sure you do a good job. I've seen people do that, and I think that's just I couldn't do it. I did end up coming out and offering help and stuff and just sitting here and read a book and stuff because I was getting ready to jump up and throw towels on water again, because while I was in there I came out and I saw there was a bit of water coming out. I thought, fair enough, he's undoing shit, so got some of the towels, wrung them out, put them on the puddle, went back in the room, and then I heard him come back and he said, oh, and I come back and I go, yeah, that's a lot more than when I put the towel then. And so I grabbed a couple more towels. He was looking to see what's going on, and then next minute something just gave and water went everywhere. Worse than Friday night. Friday night it came out all in that area down there, and then was trying to get to the kitchen, and it went into the bathroom and stuff. The Monday night, everywhere. I'm picking stuff up, I'm looking out for my electronicals. I don't know if that's a word, it doesn't sound right today. Anyway, electric stuff. And he's asking me to grab his tools because he's trying to do that. So I'm picking up his tools and make sure they don't get wet. So he's dealing with that. And then he had a shop vac. So he went and got that. Like I mopped up, throwing towels everywhere. He goes and gets the mop vac. His little pump thing is getting as much out to reduce how much was leaking. And then, so I went into my room to stay out the way and clean up, and then I noticed water in there. It was coming through the wall because it kind of joins my rooms on the other side, or the room I was sleeping in. So, of course, it was on the side where I had everything piled up, on my keeping side, or my thinking of what I'm keeping side. I have to say, it helped me get rid of stuff, because it's like, that's wet, it's going, it's like, whatever, I'm not too fussed. But to turn the main off, this is before the whole water spill, to turn the main off is in the room I'm sleeping in. And there's a tap there. From the inside, there's none on the outside, or they just couldn't find it, but it was on the inside, but he couldn't reach it, so he had to cut underneath the hole that was covered up with a little door thing underneath, pull out disgusting, goodness knows how old insulation, and get down there and turn it off. That stinks. And he didn't get around to cleaning that up because the poor fellow was so tired. I was tired and forgot about it. And then I thought, oh, I'll do it. I've got gloves and stuff. I'll do it later. Went into the room the next day. Like, I slept in there that night, and I really shouldn't have. Because I walked in on Tuesday night after work, and it just stunk of that stuff. Plus the water, pretty sure it went under the floorboards because it's just like those slip together wood boards, and it just stinks in there of gross. So I was like, that's it. So I cleaned the room that I had cleaned. I've shown in an earlier video where I was putting stuff that I'm selling and whatnot. Well, everything just got pushed to the side, and I've got my bed in there. But as I pulled that up, it's all mouldy underneath because I'm just sleeping on the floor. I had like foam, just a little foam, like egg carton looking kind of foam on the floor. This is what came out of the van. I had that on the floor, and then the cushions from the van that made the bed in the van on the ground, and then my memory foam on top of that. And that got mouldy. And I don't think it's just from this. That I'm in a basement suite, and I do keep having to wash mould off the walls in that back room, so I really shouldn't have been sleeping in there anyway. But I keep forgetting and this and that, so that's why I'm a little not feeling too good. Just silly. So I moved, and now I'm sleeping in that room. And I've got some wood, cardboard, the foam from the cushions that were on this big couch that I pulled apart, and then thank goodness it was just the cover of my memory foam. That's ironic because I couldn't remember what it was called. It was the cover. I still sprayed it with a bit of antibacterial Febreze. And I think before it goes in the van, I'll try it. Hopefully there'll be a nice day. I'm thinking probably not this weekend, but next weekend I'm actually going to set my bed up in the van and start putting stuff in there, and I'll start sleeping in the van. And then I can get a feel of it, see if that works before I get too much stuff in there. I might need to change the bed or something. So I think the bed is as narrow as it's probably going to be in the van, so that was interesting, which is fine. Even in a big bed, I'm like on one edge of the bed. So that's why I didn't get anything done on the van last week. This week, I think because I do have an early dentist appointment, probably come home and just sleep straight away, possibly right through. It's good medication. And then if I force myself to move on Sunday, usually that clears my head. So if I just do that and start pottering out in the van, and I think once I get going, I'll be able to get the momentum. So I've got to do that, and I need to hurry up and get in the van because I insured my car, the van, but I didn't take into consideration that until I'm actually driving it, I still also have to pay for my transport to get to work. So it's almost $200 a month for the van and almost $200 a month for transport. So I'm like, that was stupid. I could always once everything's secured, I could try and drive to work, but it's a bit too far, and people are crazy, and I hate traffic. That's why I'm public transport to work, because I hate it. But at least if I do that, I could on the weekends after that, one of the days I can just drive around the area near work and get an idea of what it is, and maybe even sleep there. Or I could always do that, drive down the night before, find a spot, because I'll be going the opposite way of everyone coming home from work. I could do that and then spend the night, and I don't know. I just gotta hurry up and do it. I'm just getting really nervous and scared right now. And I know I'm going to do it. I just need to do it. But it's still not quite ready. But I think I'm willing to just, as long as it's safe and not falling apart and not leaking. Hopefully I've got all the leaks covered. And then I just get my stuff in there. I do just need to get, before I do move in, it did have a fire extinguisher. I've still got it, but I don't know how old it is. So I need to work out where I can replace that from and make sure I have that. I think I'm just going to buy a new reader for, the alarm for gas and whatever else can kill you in your van. Not that I'm really going to have anything attached right now. So yeah, this is my short update. Haha. I just wanted to let you know I'm not going to bother editing this. I'm going to upload it straight away. Excuse me. And I'm going to find some music to put on and do at least an hour of sorting through some stuff. I've been either filling up a bag that I'm keeping, because I was going to get rid of all my bags, but I thought if I'm going to still be working on stuff in the van, it'd be easier if I just have them, all my stuff in bags. So then I can move. I've got to think about bags. I got little carry bags, backpacks, big bags. So I've got plenty of stuff to be able to store them in. And that way I can just move stuff around when I need to work on certain areas. And then later I can work something else out. So I've been I usually have one of those bags, and I'm trying to work out which is going to hold what. So I've got one sitting in the bathroom for my bathroom stuff, and then I'm trying to work out which one's for my craft stuff, and so I'm just doing that. I've got a big one for my my clothes. Excuse me. But I might even be able to use that to store like towels and stuff as well, because excuse me, I don't plan on having that many clothes. Everything I have, well, not everything, but a lot of stuff I've just been wearing for years, and I'm refusing to buy clothes because I'm slowly losing weight at the moment, and I don't want to go out and buy a whole heap of clothes to not fit in them. So I'm putting up with my rags. I did this summer buy a couple dresses because I haven't done it for a few years. You know, I separated. Big change from being all daggy and tomboy. I went girly for a few weeks at work. Even did makeup one day. Phew. I shocked everyone at work. Their reaction shocked me. Oh, such a good job. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to upload this, get to work, put some music on, and yep. Just remember, it's made with love, not perfection. Take care.